What's up, boo? Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Now for today's video, y'all, I got this one off of Facebook. I think it comes from the Mr. Ballin page or something. Now, if you're a risk taker, adrenaline lover, and just love bungee jumping and jumping out of airplanes and all kind of stuff like that, this one for you, boo. So let's get into it.
She's totally panicked. One of the staff members finally says, "Okay, jump." And so Yesenia jumps. Except it would turn out Yesenia had made a mistake. The popular tourist town of Amaga in northern Colombia lies this thick green jungle. And if you know where to look, there is actually a walking path that leads you from Amaga deep into this jungle. And if you keep going, it will bring you all the way to this terrifying, enormous old railroad bridge.
You see the height of that bridge? My husband's scared of heights. I kind of might be too, but not like him. This wouldn't even be nothing on our agenda. As much courage as I have to do any and everything else in the world, I don't have the courage to do these two things in the world. Can y'all guess? Can y'all guess? I'm not jumping out of nobody's plane, and I'm not jumping off of nobody's jump rope. What the hell is it called all of a sudden? The thing that these people about to do. Bungee jump. I'm not doing none of that. The hell I look like? I'm scared. I'm shook. I'm even scared of some roller coasters. I'm not finna front. Me and my husband, damn it, we both a chicken. Maybe that's why we married each other, because we some chickens. We ain't doing none of this.
Bridge that spans this huge ravine. Now, this bridge is no longer used by trains. It's been decommissioned. However, since its decommissioning, there's actually been, ironically, more traffic on this bridge, although it is the foot traffic variety. People come out to this bridge to go bungee jumping. Bungee jumping is a thrill-seeking activity where people will leap off of high places, like this bridge, and they'll jump with an elastic rope tied to their ankles. And so this rope has been very carefully measured so that when it is fully stretched all the way out, it ensures whoever has jumped will still not impact the ground. Back in early July of 2021, a 25-year-old Colombian lawyer named Yesenia Gomez, who lived about an hour north of Amaga in the larger city of Medellin, she told her boyfriend that she wanted to go bungee jumping. This was something Yesenia had talked about for a long time, wanting to go bungee jumping, but every time it became a real thing and they were actually going to go do it, she would back down because she was just too scared.
As she should have. You gotta go with your gut, okay? If your gut and your heart and your mind and your soul tell you not to do it, don't flip and do it. I mean it. Everything ain't meant for everybody, and you don't have to do stuff to fit in, to make your boyfriend or your mate or your lover happy. You ain't got to do nothing to make nobody happy but you. And I'm not joking. I don't care who you love, how much you love them. Don't do stuff that your heart and your mind and your gut tells you not to do. You'll always end up regretting it in the long run.
But for whatever reason, in July of 2021, Yesenia had the confidence and the courage to actually see this thing through. And so her boyfriend, when he heard how serious she was, he capitalized on the opportunity because he had never bungee jumped before and he really wanted to, but he couldn't without his girlfriend. And so now it seemed like she was serious. And so right away, he called the Amaga bungee jumping company to book a slot for he and Yesenia to jump off of their bridge. And when they got there, they found the walking trail and they made their way out to this bridge. And when they get out to this bridge, they are amazed at the number of people who are already in line on this bridge waiting to jump off of it. They knew this was a popular spot, but perhaps they didn't realize just how popular it was. And so
that's enough red flags for me. First of all, I believe in red flags now that I'm in my much older age. I definitely believe in red flags. I don't believe in lines. I don't do lines unless I absolutely have to, and it's extremely important for me to be in this line. I got to feed my kids. We got to get these groceries today. So whatever. I don't like lines. Me and my husband walked out the grocery store because the line was so long, and we decided we was going to come back and grocery shop literally the next morning. So I don't believe in lines, okay? That would have been another reason that me and my husband turned our asses around and went back to the hotel room.
Popular it was. And so Yesenia and her boyfriend, they get in line behind the nearly 100 other jumpers ahead of them, and they proceed to wait. And over the next several hours, Yesenia and her boyfriend would have front row seats to all of the jumpers ahead of them jumping off the bridge. Now, it seems like Yesenia, in her mind, believed she would arrive at this bridge and very quickly she and her boyfriend would leap off and it would be great and so much fun. But now they've been forced to wait for a really long time. And this whole time, they're watching other people jump. And Yesenia is starting to panic. Suddenly, bungee jumping looked terrifying. It did not look like something she wanted to do. And so she was beginning to second guess her decision. And so her boyfriend, he's trying to calm her down and he's telling her, oh, it's totally safe. Look at all these people who have jumped. They're all fine. They're all smiling. They're so happy. You're going to be so proud of yourself. But despite his best efforts to calm his girlfriend down, Yesenia just could not calm down. But she did tell her boyfriend that she's not about to back down. She's going to go through with this. And so several hours went by of this totally high stress, anxious waiting period.
I'm not waiting several hours to do nothing. I'm not. That is a long time to wait on doing something that's risking your life. I ain't doing it. You can't pay me to do it. I'm not. I wish I would sit around watching other people do what I fear the most, back to back to back, and wait to do it.
And then finally, Yesenia and her boyfriend reached the front of the line, at which point the staff members who've been doing this all day long, they signal the two to step forward and get their harnesses on. And so Yesenia and her boyfriend, they make their way to the edge of the platform, so they're looking out over this ravine, and the staff members are putting on their harnesses and getting them ready. And the whole time, Yesenia, she's starting to get tunnel vision, her heart is racing, she's totally panicked. She doesn't think this is fun at all. She just wants to get this over with. And then at some point, one of the staff members finally says, okay, jump. And so Yesenia jumps. Except it would turn out Yesenia had made a mistake. That staff member who had said, okay, jump, was talking to her boyfriend, not Yesenia. However, Yesenia, in her totally panicked state, had just not understood and had leapt, believing they were telling her to jump. However, the staff members had only put her harness on. They had not attached the actual elastic rope to her ankles. And so when Yesenia jumped, there was nothing stopping her from smashing into the ground. And so as soon as she leapt off the bridge, her boyfriend ripped off all of his gear and he ran down the bridge. He leapt over the railing and he ran down the hillside all the way to the bottom of this ravine. But when he finally got to his girlfriend, it was already too late. She was already gone. It would later be determined Yesenia did not die from impacting the ground. She actually died from a heart attack she suffered on the fall down, which means she must have realized after she jumped that she jumped too early, that she did not have the bungee cord attached to her legs. And so literally the fear of what was about to happen to her killed her.
I blame the bungee jumping people. I blame their staff for how they handled it. I don't feel like you should be telling nobody to jump or do anything until all participants are strapped, suited, and booted and ready to go. Because mistakes like this happen. Can do and will happen. How is she supposed to know who you talking to? These people already got their heart beating out of their chest so they can barely hear what's going on because they so in tune with what they're feeling in the moment. You can't just... I blame them. And that's all there is to it. That is a terrible mistake that could have definitely been prevented and should have been prevented. And I blame them. That is all I got on it, okay? If you like this video, give it a like, boo. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to catch you in the next one.